In the ever-shifting world of celebrity narratives, the recent attention on Lisa Bonet has been shaped less by reality and more by the way stories are framed, particularly when her long-term relationship with Jason Momoa came to an end, prompting headlines that suggest a dramatic transformation when, in truth, what is being observed is a continuation of the same grounded and private life she has always chosen. For decades, Bonet has stood apart from the typical expectations of Hollywood, never fully embracing the constant spotlight, instead cultivating an identity rooted in individuality, spirituality, and a quiet resistance to mainstream celebrity culture. This long-established way of living makes the idea of a sudden reinvention after her separation not only misleading but also inconsistent with everything she has shown about herself over time. Her relationship with Momoa, while highly visible and often admired, was not defined by public spectacle in the way many celebrity relationships are, and their separation appears to have followed the same respectful and low-key tone, emphasizing mutual growth and shared responsibility rather than conflict or drama. The phrase dumping Jason Momoa oversimplifies what was, by all available accounts, a thoughtful and mutual decision shaped by the natural evolution of two people's lives rather than a sudden or emotional break. In reality, both individuals have spoken about maintaining respect and connection, particularly as co-parents, which reflects stability rather than upheaval. What many are calling a transformation is more accurately the result of renewed public attention on Bonet after a period of relative privacy, combined with the human tendency to interpret any visible change through the lens of a major life event. However, Bonet's appearance, style, and presence have always reflected a consistent personal philosophy, one that values authenticity over trend, simplicity over spectacle, and inner balance over external validation. She has long embraced a natural, bohemian aesthetic that evolves subtly over time rather than shifting dramatically, and this continuity challenges the narrative of a sudden, attention-grabbing change. Her earlier years in the spotlight, particularly her role in The Cosby Show, established her as a distinctive figure with a unique presence, but even at the height of her fame, she resisted being fully absorbed into the machinery of Hollywood. Over time, she gradually reduced her on-screen work, choosing instead to focus on personal growth, family, and selective creative projects, a decision that reflects long-term intention rather than reaction to any single event. Because of this history, her current lifestyle should not be viewed as a response to her separation, but as part of an ongoing pattern that has defined her for years. The heightened attention now is largely a reflection of public curiosity rather than any dramatic shift in her life. Media language plays a significant role in shaping perception, and terms like transformation and turning heads often create the illusion of something extraordinary when the reality is much more grounded. In Bonet's case, the fascination says more about the audience's expectations than about her actual experience. People are accustomed to seeing celebrity breakups followed by visible reinvention, and when that pattern is projected onto someone like Bonet, it creates a narrative that does not align with her reality. Instead of dramatic change, what exists is continuity, a steady commitment to privacy, individuality, and a life that does not revolve around public validation. Her story at this moment is not about reinvention after loss, but about maintaining identity through change, showing that not every life transition leads to visible upheaval. In a culture that often demands spectacle, her quiet consistency stands out, not because it is dramatic, but because it refuses to be shaped into something it is not.